Welcome children to English class. Here we are back with the writing skills part. Today we will start a new writing skill with you. As you are well aware, the story writing skill has been now replaced with the analytical paragraph writing. Of course, this is a new skill for you. But don't worry, I am here for your help. Let's now start the explanation. Children, let me clear you one thing. Analytical paragraph comes under the factual description. It is written based on the information provided to you in the form of some visual stimulus. Here, for writing this skill, word limit is 100 word to 120. For this, you don't have to be creative. You have to be very formal for writing analytical paragraph. You have to but mention the numbers given very precisely but correctly. And one thing more, you have to be very particular about using the tense. Okay, you have to stick to the single tense throughout the paragraph. Learn the difference between the simple paragraph writing and analytical paragraph writing. A simple paragraph can be written on any given topic. But on the other hand, analytical paragraph compiles a given set of data and you have to frame that into the paragraph. A simple paragraph usually consists of several sentences that deals with the single topic given to you. On the contrary, in the analytical paragraph, you will be supplied specific information or data that you are supposed to transform in the form of paragraph. Here, must remember, you won't get chance to show your creativity. Analytical paragraph presents the detailed examination of the elements or structure of something. Here, you have to prepare the comparative study between two or more things. For this, you have to go through the provided data, then interpret and analyze it. And for this, you have to also figure out the comparisons and similarities which would be provided in the visual stimulus to you. And then you have to interpret how the things or the trend has become different with the passage of the time. Thus, on the basis of all this understanding, you have to write the paragraph in the provided word limit. So here, this time, the word limit for your class is 100 to 120 words. So everything you have to arrange in the proper sequence. Analytical paragraph presents the detailed examination of the elements or structure of something. Such paragraphs represent the descriptive information on the basis of the condensed information or data that is provided to you in the form of tables, pie charts, maps, graphs or bar graphs or bar charts. Here I have presented the list of some visual stimulus which would be given for analytical paragraph writing. It could be in the form of pie chart, tables, bar chart, bar graphs, line charts, ratio graphs, or it could be in the form of map or other visual stimulus. So you are supposed to transform such non-verbal stimulus into the form of paragraphs. Now have the overview of writing analytical paragraph. Hence, on the basis of the visual stimulus that would be in any form, graph, chart or other. So you have to paraphrase it. Paraphrasing, that means you have to write the restatement or rewording of the provided information in the form of paragraph. Then you have to observe the given information, that is the thesis of the given statement. After analyzing the information, you have to put the information in the proper sequence logically. Then finally, you have to summarize the information by selecting and rearranging the whole information in the paragraph. This whole summarizing would depend on your understanding and observation. Here, don't add up your personal opinion. Now let's understand the composition of analytical paragraph writing. Analytical paragraph writing is composed of three main elements. First is introduction part, second is body part, third is overview, that means conclusion of the provided information. In the introduction, introduce the thesis, that means the information about the given subject. In the body part, you have to elaborate your analysis. Here, you will include the details about the amount, rate, or whatever quantity or measurement is given. Then, in the third part, in the conclusion, you will present your own observation. You will analyze and conclude the information. These are the points which you have to follow in the analytical paragraph. Go through them. Find out what kind of the data is shown, what are the units of the measurement used, whether the values are given in the amount, percentage, ratio or age. Then find out total number of variables used. Does they change over the time? Also, you should find out the time period mentioned in the data, whether past, present or the future tenses used. Then find out the journal trend shown there in the data, whether the increasing or decreasing or leveled values are mentioned. Also find out if there is some large difference shown in the variables or in the data, and also find out if any similarity shown there. So cover up all these points in your analytical paragraph. While writing the analytical paragraph, you have to remember some points. First of all, you must know analytical paragraph writing does not follow any particular format. It is simply written in the paragraph form. Secondly, you should know it is always written in the precise manner. You don't have to elaborate the information just like you do in the article or the essay writing. You have to write and select simple, short and crisp sentences for the expression. Then next, you have to try to drive, that means you have to collect the useful information carefully from the collected set of data that is given to you in the form of pie chart, graph, table or any list. One thing more to remember, that information that would be provided, there will be the non-verbal expression. So you have to put it in the verbal form. Also know the fact, all the provided information of the question you have to analyze and utilize to write a paragraph providing the factual information. That is that you have to use the paraphrase version by using the synonyms. That means you have to paraphrase the whole information by using the suitable synonyms. In the first paragraph of analytical writing, you have to give the introduction about the given data. So mention the topic line in one or two sentences, not more than that. Secondly, enlist the journal trends given in the chart or whatever visual stimulus is provided in the question. Then must remember not to include too many specific numbers or details in the introductory part. One thing more remember, only provide the journal information in the first paragraph. Don't add any information from your own side. Second part is the body part of the analytical writing. Here you have to highlight the key features of the given data or the information. Try to split the body part into two paragraphs. The first paragraph should group the lines having the similar trends or the values. And the second paragraph of the body part should provide the second grouping of the lines depicting the similar trends or the values. So, mention the contrasting numbers in one paragraph, and then in the another paragraph you should provide the relative comparisons if possible. As you hear mentioning the overview of the given information, must remember again, don't be creative or provide or add your own information. Exactly what is provided in the given graph, data or map, use the same information. Fourth part, that is the last part of the analytical writing. Here you have to draw the conclusion on the basis of the given trends. Here it is suggested again not to add up your personal comments or suggestions. On the basis of the given trend, you have to summarize the whole information. Never use such suggestions or comments, I recommend, I suggest in the ending paragraph. So generally conclude by writing the expression overall it is observed or all in all it is analyzed. Okay? So use such terms and conclude the analytical paragraph. Children, have a glance at the format of analytical paragraph writing. First of all, remember such paragraph must consist of 4 parts. The first part, that is the introduction. Here you will paraphrase the question. That means you would mention here the topic of the given data in 1 or 2 sentences. Pick out the clues given in the question itself, but it is suggested don't copy the same line of the question. Use the paraphrase version by using the synonyms. In this part, your expression must include the answers to 3 WH words. So these are what, when and where. That means you will mention here what information is provided in the given chart or the picture. Secondly, about the time period which is given in the contrast. And thirdly, to which place or category the information is related. So you have to find out. Next part is the body part. Let's know its format. Part should be explained into 2 paragraphs. Paragraph 1 should consist of grouping of the lines or the information having similar trends or value. And on the other hand, paragraph 2 should describe second grouping of the lines depicting similar trends and the values. For example, you will make search for the similar trends like biggest or the smallest one given in the data and explain them in the separate paragraph. Para 1 will explain about the biggest trend and the para 2 will explain the smallest one. But here don't add up your own information. Last part is the conclusion. Here you will summarize the overall trend. While concluding, you have to select the key features of the given trend. Either you have to take and select the highest value or the lowest one, but never include both of them, as you have to keep your overview short in size. Most important is to provide the suitable title at the top for your analytical paragraph. Children, for developing the different paragraphs and elements in analytical paragraph, you have to use the different expressions. So here are the tips for your help. See now. So for different paragraphs, you have to use the different expressions. First of all, for introduction, if some chart is given, you can give the beginning line in your paragraph, just like the chart given or shown above describes. If some line graph is given, then you can start with the line and expressions like the line graph shows or describes. If some table is displayed, you can give the starting line like the table suggests here in the introduction part. Or if some data is provided, give the beginning like this. The given data provides the information about this and that thing. If some pie chart is given, so you will write the pie chart here illustrates about. So in this way, you have to use the introductory line. Always remember, your topic sentence in the introduction should consist of 1 or 2 sentences. You have to be very short and brief here. Again, for body part, you have to use the set of expressions. Let's not know. For describing the trends. If you have to show the growth or increase in some sale, so you can use the words and phrases like the pattern of growth shows, or there is a striking increase in the sale of something, or you can use the phrase there is a skyrocketed increase in the sale of some product. Also, you can use the similar words like there is a rapid increase, or there is leveled up of some rate, or there is a soaring rates of the sale of something. Or to show the decreasing or downfall of results of the trends, you can use the terms like there is declining rate. And also, if the condition is worst, you can use the term like plummeted. That means there is rapid decrease or downfall. And also you can use the terms like leveled off, leveled down, or starting to fall or drop down. And to show the balanced result, you can use the term like stagnated or leveled. So choose and select any expression from the given list according to the given trend and value. Children, here are some words and phrases which can be used for conclusion part. You can conclude by using them. So these are the words like overall, it is observed, or on the whole, it is analyzed. In the nutshell, it could be said, or to summarize, or in short, or all in all, it has been observed or evident. Here is example of analytical paragraph done for your help. Have a look at it. Let's first read the question. The pie chart below illustrates how internet users aged 16 plus prefer to access the internet at home and at other places. Summarize the information in the pie chart by selecting and reporting the main features in 100 to 120 words. Looking and observing this pie chart and also going through the information provided in the question, we have come to know here is given the display of the survey about the internet users aged 16 and their accessibility to the internet through the different devices. Before starting this, I would like here to suggest, must remember, pie charts never come in isolation. They all the time come with the support of some graph, some table, some chart, or some information. So 4 to 5 trends would be given along with the pie charts. And the first task that you will do is to prepare the grouping of the each similar trends. You have to compare, contrast, and show change in the trends by creating the different body paragraphs. For example, you can create the biggest or majorities number grouping in one paragraph, and in the another one you will show the smallest number of the quantity or the trend. Hence, this way you would explain the trends in the body parts. And finally, summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features. But must remember to simply stick to the facts. Don't add your own opinion in such paragraphs. Here in the sample analytical paragraph, I have given the most relevant title. So that is the rate of the internet accessibility. Then in the introduction part, here I have framed the first paragraph by using the simple sentences and picking the clues from the question itself. So you're also supposed to gather the information and write the same information in the introduction, but must remember, don't copy the same text. Use the synonyms here. But always start your introduction with such expressions like this graph illustrates or this chart depicts. So likewise you will use the words. See, I have also done the same. But must remember, your introduction paragraph should be explained in 1 or 2 sentences. It should be short and brief. Then comes the body paragraph. So you have to give detail here into the 2 paragraphs. I have already informed you that you have to create the grouping of the similar trends. And also you have to explain the body paragraph into 2 parts. So here also I have done the same. In the first one, I have created the grouping of the devices which are used by the maximum number of the people. So these are smartphones and laptops. Also I have mentioned the percentage of the devices used maximum by the people in words. So you are also supposed to mention them in words. See, in the next paragraph, that is body paragraph 2, I have mentioned the detail about the least used devices by the users, and even I have mentioned their percentage. Again remember, you have to stick to the facts given in the graph or the data provided. In the last paragraph, that is the conclusion, I have given the overall observation that is based on analyzing, summarizing and comparing the given data, and then supply the conclusion. So you also will do the same. Remember to write the paragraph within the given word limit, that is 100 to 120 words for your class. Finally, here is suggestion for you. There must be the clear understanding of the given data, and then do the good planning and well organize your paragraph. And there must be connection between the words and sentences. Also provide the suitable and relevant linking words. For this, they are required a good practice and enrich your vocabulary. However, if you will keep all these points in your mind, surely you are going to get the full marks in this skill. I hope you will do. Children, you have to follow some do's and don'ts while writing analytical paragraph. First of all, we will talk about do's. First point is paraphrase the task. That means you have to formulate the given data in your own words. Don't include your own information. You have to state the thesis statement in the paragraph. Secondly, cover all the points in your thesis. Third point, must prepare the proper planning of your paragraph, then divide it into the 4 parts, that is introduction to main body parts and then conclusion. Next suggestion is to use the formal but less common vocabulary. Instead of using the word make sure, you would use the word ensure. Okay, in place of keep, you have to try to use the better word, that is maintain. So in this way, you have to use the uncommon words in your paragraph. Next suggestion is to use the passive form because it sounds more good and impressive while writing the analytical paragraph. Use such expressions like information will be given or provided. Next is not to mention the specific numbers in the analytical paragraphs and also stick to singletons. And the last suggestion is to write within the prescribed word limit. And for your class this year, the word limit for writing analytical paragraph is to write within 100 to 120 words. Now let's discuss about the points which you have to avoid while writing. First of all, avoid using the contractions, that means short forms. Never write I don't, I didn't, or I won't. Next thing is to avoid the personal pronouns in your expressions. Don't use the pronouns like I, we, you. Next, avoid the common vocabulary. That means never write the expressions like I say, I think, I hope, or use the common linking words like and, but, also to show the relativity in your sentences. Next is never repeat the words and phrases from the question until you find there is no option to use any better word. Last but the important part is never forget to conclude your data in the last paragraph. That is based upon your understanding and observation. So must summarize the topic in the last paragraph. Children, here are some tips to write the good analytical paragraph. First of all, read the question carefully. That means you have to give some time to understand and observe the provided data that is there in the form of graph, list, or chart. Then, on the basis of your understanding, you should analyze and summarize the information by selecting its main features. Then, make the relevant comparison. But remember this fact, you are not supposed to add your own opinion or information about the given data. You should organize the whole paragraphs logically in sequence. Then next, remember you must have to leave the space while changing the paragraph. As you are already informed, you are supposed to create such analytical paragraph into 4 parts. That is introduction, then body part 1, body part 2, then conclusion. So after changing and shifting to the other paragraph, you should leave the space. It leaves the good impression on the exam. One thing more important to remember while explaining the data, never use the first person pronouns. Always avoid the words like I, we, my, mine, or our. And most importantly, always adhere to the given word limit. If children, here I have given the list of some more vocabulary which could be useful for your expressions in the analytical paragraph. Let's now see. For describing quantities, you can use the various styles which would depend upon the given numbers and the figures. So you can write like this: 48% of this, if the percentage number is given 48. 1/3 again, if it is mentioned there. 1/4 of something, almost 80%. Majority of, on average, almost equal if the things are in parallel. Twice as much if the number is double. So you can use this term. The highest, the lowest, very close to 4%, approximately 15% of. Secondly, thirdly, just under 3%. So in this way, you can use these terms for describing the quantities. Hence, depending upon the given measurement or the quantity, you will use the term for describing quantity. Next, to establish the relationships or contrasts, you will use the terms like this: on the one hand, on the other hand, on the contrary, similarly, however, in contrast with, in comparison to this, but in the opposite case, however, Whereas when it comes to this number, as to this, while striking difference, even though, noticeable difference. So in this way, to show the relationship or contrast, use such terms. Next here is suggested some vocabulary for displaying the consequent effect or result of some trends. So you can use the expressions like as a result, consequently, that means as a result of some situation. As an effect, the reason why this is so, for this reason, eventually. So you can invent some more like this. Next suggestion is for writing the body parts. If you are going with paragraph 1, then you can begin your sentence by writing the phrase first of all, it is observed, or initially. Or you can use the term it is true that, then according to the provided data, or on the one hand. Or you can write this also. Some people think that. So just like this, you can invent some more expressions for writing body part 1. Next, here is suggested vocabulary for writing paragraph 2 of your body part. So you can use expressions like in addition to this, or furthermore, it is observed, secondly, or besides this, or what's more important. Or you can use expression like moreover. So in this way, you can use the terms. Thank you children for watching the video. I hope you have well understood the explanation. For all your doubts and the queries, you can make call or text me.